bad. Here's the enemy. Losing strength. Losing strength. Are you hurt? My strength!